All right, here is Chapter 11. Chapter 11 is on circles. Go ahead and make sure you put today's date up here. And we'll go ahead and start with some definitions. So definition, or first box here, talks about a circle. And a circle is a set of all points in a plane that are the same distance from the same point. And in this particular case, it's called the center of the circle. So that center is A, so we actually name this circle A. Okay. Parts of the circle, some definitions here for you. The radius is the segment whose endpoints are at the center and a point on a circle. So if I were to draw this in here, this is radius AB. And again, since we're naming it, it's a segment. So make sure we put that line on top there. The diameter of a circle is a segment whose endpoints are both on the circle and that has to pass through the center. So I'm going to draw this in here. I'm going to go from B, making sure I pass through the center of the circle. I'll put a point C here, so the diameter, oops, not a D, is BC with a segment line there above that. Last definition then here is a chord, and it's a segment, again, whose endpoints are on both on the circle. And again, this one, the difference between a chord and the diameter is that it does not go through the center of the circle. So I'm going to name this CD here. So this is segment CD. All right, moving on here. We're going to use this circle over here on the right to help us answer these questions. Again, making sure we're using the segment or the right notation for anything we're naming. First one here is naming the radius. So I'm going to, looking at the radius over here, let's highlight it. There's a couple different ones we can pick from. Actually, we're going to use all the, well, I'll name them all, but you just name a radius. I'm going to highlight some radiuses here. So I've got the segment BQ for one of them. I'll highlight the next one here in red. I can also say radius QC or CQ. And then the last one here, let's get it, I'll highlight it in green for you. It would be right here. Oops, I should highlight it. It would be right here. And I'll name that segment AQ. Right, naming my diameter here. Let me erase my highlights. Oops, I want to erase. Maybe not. I'll highlight a different color then. I'm going to go A to C for my diameter, so that is segment AC. And in this particular circle, that is the only one we are going to name. All right, and then a chord here. I'll pick another color to highlight. Let's do this light pink color here. I'll change it so it's not so thick. Naming a chord this time, so my chord is going to go from the end of this, from the side of the circle to the other side of the circle. Again, not through the middle. So my chord here is AD. And the center of the circle, which we've used a bunch of times here, I'll pick that one. Center of the circle, and then is right here, it's that Q. So this is naming it, the center is Q. Okay, some more properties for you for our circles. Every radius in a circle is congruent. And the measure of the diameter is twice the length of the radius. All right. Flip to the next page. All right, so we're going to use that piece of information here to help us answer these questions. So in circle Q, AC is the diameter. So I'll go ahead and highlight my diameter. Right there, AC is my diameter. I'm told that AC is equal to 12. We're going to find the length of AQ, and if we notice here, AQ is a radius. So the radius is going to be half of the diameter. So if I know diameter, and then we're going to divide that by 2, so my radius is 21. So AQ, segment AQ is equal to 21. Again, that's half of the radius. If I know that whole thing is 42, half of it would be 21. The next example here, if BQ is 13.5, let me get a different color here. So if BQ is 13.5, so right here, this segment here is 13.5. What is the length of AC? So again, AC is my diameter. So I know that the radius, the radius times 2 is equal to my diameter. So AC is equal to 27. All right. Last example for today then is we're finding the value of x. So I'm going to look here to notice that I have AB is my diameter. So I'm just going to write that in here. Segment AB is my diameter. And I know that PC is a radius. So I know that 2 times my PC, so 2 times BC, PC is equal to AB. So I'm going to fill in what I know. So I know that that PC is equal to 2x and AB is equal to that 6x minus 28. Then I'm going to use my algebra skills here then to solve for x. So 4x equals 6x minus 28. Subtract 6x from both sides. I've got 2x is equal to negative 2x is equal to negative 28. Divide both sides by negative 2. I got x is equal to 14. Just double checking my question, it only did ask for the value of x. All right, that's your notes for the first section. Your assignment is listed down here. Assignment 1 you'll find on the next page of your packet.